The reason Kody Brown apologized to Janelle Brown before his other wives. Hello friends, welcome to the Daily Gossip News Update. I'm Olivia and I hope you're well by God's grace. Please subscribe to the channel and press the bell icon for more updates. On November 30th, 2025, during the mid-season premiere of Sister Wives Season 20, Kody Brown sat in his Flagstaff living room with Robyn and announced something no one expected. He was going on an apology tour to his three former spiritual wives, Meri, Janelle, and Christine. What stunned viewers even more than the apology itself was the order he chose. Janelle Brown, his second wife of nearly 30 years and the one who had legally separated from him in 2022, would be first. Not Christine, who had left in 2021 and remarried David Woolley in a widely publicized wedding. Not Meri, the original legal wife who had endured decades of emotional distance before finally divorcing him in 2023. Janelle. The question on every fan's mind was immediate and obvious. Why her first? The answer is not simple, but it is painfully specific. It is a story that intertwines money, guilt, Coyote Pass, cruel words spoken in anger, and the one sentence Kody Brown now wishes he could take back more than any other. I never loved you. The Coyote Pass trigger. When the Brown family fled Las Vegas in 2018, they purchased 5 parcels totaling roughly 15 acres on a hill outside Flagstaff, Arizona, that they named Coyote Pass. The dream was to build 5 homes, one for each wife and one for Kody, and live as one big plural family forever. The reality turned into the longest-running financial and emotional nightmare in Sister Wives history. By 2024, 3 of the wives had left Kody. The land sat empty, taxes kept coming, and the ex-wives wanted their equity out. In April 2025, the family finally sold the entire property in 3 separate transactions. The most valuable lot, Parcel C, 2.42 acres listed at $305,000, was legally titled to only 2 people, Kody Brown and Janelle Brown. During the sale negotiations, texts and emails between Kody and Janelle turned vicious. Kody accused Janelle of trying to steal from the family. Janelle accused Kody of dragging his feet to punish her. Lawyers got involved. At one point, Kody allegedly texted Janelle, I regret every day that I ever married you. I never loved you. I only stayed for the kids. Janelle later told producers that reading those words felt like being punched in the soul. That text, according to multiple sources on set, is the single biggest reason Kody put Janelle first on his apology list. He knew exactly which wound was still bleeding. 2. The therapy breakthrough. In early 2025, Robyn convinced Kody to start seeing a therapist who specializes in polygamous and post-polygamous families. During one session, the therapist asked Kody a blunt question. Which of your ex-wives do you think you hurt the most with your words? Kody reportedly sat silent for almost 2 minutes before answering, Janelle. Because I told her I never loved her and it simply wasn't true. I was furious about the land and I lashed out in the worst possible way. Robyn, who was present for part of the session, later told cameras, when he admitted that out loud, he started sobbing. I had never seen him cry like that. He said, I have to fix this with Janelle first because what I said to her is the one thing I can never justify. 3. The practical reason, shared finances still bind them. Unlike Christine, who had no joint real estate with Kody after the sale, and Meri, whose financial ties were severed cleanly in the 2023 divorce, Kody and Janelle still have lingering financial entanglements. They co-own 2 vehicles, have overlapping debts from the Coyote Pass era, and are both named on one of their son Garrison's old bank accounts that was never closed before his tragic death in 2024. Kody told producers, I can't move forward with peace in my life until Janelle and I are truly untangled emotionally and financially. Apologizing to her first is the only way I can look her in the eye when we sign the final papers. For the emotional hierarchy that surprised everyone. Fans assumed Christine would be first. She was the first to leave, the most vocal about Kody's failures, and the one who had already found happiness with David Woolley. Many expected Meri to be last, given the decades of rejection she endured. But Kody's internal ranking was different. Janelle, deepest fresh guilt, the never loved you text. Christine, guilt mixed with lingering resentment on both sides. Meri, guilt but diluted by 34 years of complicated history and emotional distance. As Kody explained in a solo interview, with Meri we were already strangers for years before the divorce. Christine, we both said horrible things. But Janelle was my best friend. We parented together like partners. To tell her I never loved her was the biggest lie I ever told in my life, and I'm the one who has to live with that. 5. The apology itself, December 7, 2025 episode preview. In footage already released by TLC, Kody arrives at Janelle's Flagstaff apartment with a small potted succulent, an inside reference to the plants they used to grow together. He is visibly nervous. When Janelle opens the door, the first words out of his mouth are, "I'm here to apologize and you don't owe me anything in return. I just need you to know that what I said about never loving you was 100% false. I was angry, I was scared, and I wanted to hurt you the way I felt hurt. It was the worst thing I've ever done to another human being." Janelle's reaction is restrained but emotional. She does not hug him. She does not cry on camera. She simply says, "I appreciate you saying that. It doesn't erase the pain, but I hear you." Conversation lasts 47 minutes and will air unedited on December 7th. 6. Why this matters more than any other sister-wives moment. For 19 seasons, viewers watched Kody Brown insist he was the victim, that his wives abandoned him, that the failure of plural marriage was everyone else's fault. This apology to Janelle, coming before Christine's two-part sit-down and Meri's finale conversation, is the first time Kody has ever publicly put himself last in line for sympathy. Whether fans believe it is genuine or a calculated redemption arc, the order itself, Janelle first, tells the real story. Some wounds are simply deeper than others, and Kody Brown finally knows which one he inflicted the worst. Sister wives Kody Brown's daughters Madison and Isabel give insight into estrangement. As Sister Wives Season 20 delves deeper into the fractured remnants of the Brown family, the spotlight has shifted from Kody Brown's much-hyped apology tour with his ex-wives to the painful ripple effects on his 18 children. In recent episodes airing in late November and early December 2025, two of Kody's daughters, Madison Maddie Brush, 29 from Janelle and Isabel Brown, 22 from Christine, have broken their relative silence, offering raw, candid glimpses into their long-simmering estrangements from their father. Their insights, shared amid scenes of family gatherings and solo confessionals, paint a picture of betrayal, unmet expectations, and a cautious openness to healing that contrasts sharply with Kody's own narrative of feeling betrayed by his kids. Madison Brush, from tears to tentative forgiveness. Madison, the second oldest of Kody and Janelle's 6 children, has been one of the most vocal about the emotional toll of her father's absence, but her latest comments reveal a nuanced shift toward potential reconciliation. In the September 29, 2025 season premiere, Madison broke down in tears during a confessional, grappling with the sins of her father and the years of silence that followed Janelle's 2022 separation from Kody Brown. 70, she described setting firm boundaries as a protective measure for her own family, husband Caleb Brush and their 4 children, including daughter Evie, born in 2022, and newest addition Amelia Estelle, born March 14, 2025, after Kody showed little interest in her growing brood. "I know that Maddie has not had any conversations with her dad," Janelle revealed in the episode, underscoring the depth of the rift. Kody was so disconnected that he didn't even know about Madison's pregnancy with Amelia until after the birth. Janelle noted he will find out eventually, implying a post-facto discovery via social media or hearsay. Madison elaborated on her podcast, The Authentic Society, on November 11, explaining her no-contact policy stems from stuff that has happened, a vague but loaded reference to Kody's perceived favoritism toward Robyn's children and his absence during key moments, like not visiting since Evie's birth. Yet, in a December 1, 2025 Sister Wives segment previewed by E! News, Madison expressed a glimmer of hope. "I'm open to reconciliation and forgiveness after years without speaking." This comes as Kody, now 56 and married only to Robyn, admits in therapy-driven confessionals that he didn't know *T about being a dad and husband, owning the failure of the family for the first time. Fans on X have praised Madison's vulnerability, with one post noting, Madison Brush is still working through the sins of her father, but she's open to reconciliation, highlighting her strength in prioritizing her kids' stability. 35-3 Still, she emphasized that any mending would require genuine effort from Kody, not just words, echoing broader family frustrations over his history of unfulfilled promises. Isabel Brown navigating divorce, stepdads, and rocky bonds. Isabel's story, featured prominently in the November 30, 2025 episode, adds another layer of complexity, blending post-divorce awkwardness with gratitude for her mother's new chapter. While bowling with Christine and stepfather David Woolley, Isabel, who underwent major back surgery in 2020 amid COVID-19 restrictions, opened up about the gloomy cloud that has overshadowed her relationship with Kody. Kody famously refused to accompany her to New Jersey for the procedure, citing pandemic fears, a decision that left Isabel understanding but ultimately hurt, as Christine relayed. She wished he could come but wasn't frustrated because she understood his perspective. In the episode, Isabel praised David for respecting boundaries. "I was mostly worried that he would take on the role of dad since we already have a dad," but clarified that David's supportive presence, without overstepping, has been a positive influence. Pad 42 This subtle endorsement highlights the void Kody has left. "Their bond was never like 100% solid," Isabel confessed, exacerbated by Christine's 2021 exit and the polygamous family's unique divorce dynamics. "Everything's rocky because nobody knows what to do in a divorce. And then in a polygamist family even more so." Isabel's discomfort during visits to Kody and Robyn's home, described by Kody himself as carrying a little undertone of strain, stems from feeling like an outsider post-split. 625 Despite a Father's Day tribute in 2023, their interactions remain sparse. Kody follows her on Instagram, but engagement is minimal. Users have called out Kody's hypocrisy, with one tweeting, "Kody, I never shirked my responsibilities but refused to go to Isabel's surgery, totally blew off Savannah's birthday and ghosted any kid who dared to speak their mind." The bigger picture, Kody's betrayal narrative versus kids' realities. Kody's estrangement isn't isolated to Madison and Isabel. He's publicly at odds with most of his adult children from Meri, Janelle, and Christine, maintaining closer ties only with those from Robyn, like Solomon and Ariella, and a few others like Hunter and Paydon. He insists the kids are purposefully leaving me out to punish me for a crime I did not commit, blaming their mothers for influencing the fallout. Robyn echoed this in the November 23 episode, suggesting the ex-wives influenced the feud, which Christine dismissed as exhausting victim-blaming. "I'm just tired of being blamed for how his kids feel about him." The daughter's insights challenge this, pointing to Kody's actions, like COVID-era isolation rules that prioritized Robyn's household, the Coyote Pass property disputes finalized in April 2025, and emotional unavailability. As root causes. 8 BC 4b8 As one ex-post put it, Kody reached out several times. Maybe calling them names, bashing their moms, and blowing them off is a factor? The tragedy of Garrison Brown's 2024 death amplified the pain, with Kody's grief-fueled reflections and therapy now prompting his apologies, but skeptics wonder if it's too little, too late. Fan reactions and what's next. Social media is ablaze with support for Madison and Isabel, from Us Weekly's coverage of their candid insight to viral clips of Madison's emotional podcast moment. CAC 1E2 viewers applaud their maturity, with posts like "Kody stepped away from all his kids especially once COVID hit. He is a horrible father and cannot take accountability." 218373